Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is a 1001 Brotherhood RTW battle that I've put on our channel. Just to say, I've got a very unusual battle for you here, and this could actually be a first for our channel. You'll see what I mean as the battle unfolds. You'll see that this battle was fought on one of our traditional battle maps, the Nordic Woodlands, where you've got the big open plains if you want to fight out in the open. You've got the winter bonus if you want to bring barbarian troops on this particular map, or you've got the woods bonus as well for the barbarian troops, or if you just want to hide your troops in the woods and spring those nasty ambushes. So this old traditional battle map, the Nordic Woodlands, is quite a good map. Okay, our first teammate is someone who's called himself RA, but is in fact a Brotherhood member of Royer. Now Royer's got 14 pikes and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 pikes, 6 cavalry. But I'd like to show you the upgrades on the Seleucid pikes and see what you think. Can you see that his pikemen have just got, if you look here, well, that particular unit's only got 3 upgrades on. So I'm guessing maybe gold attack, possibly. But the majority of his pikes have just got gold shield, gold attack on. Now, we know Seleucid morale is very poor, and I would suggest that you need at least 1 veteran stripe on your Seleucid pikemen there to kind of increase their morale, possibly even 2 experience stripes there. But as you can see, I think in all of his troops there, he's just got gold shield, gold attack on. So I say, all of you watching this, do you think that the Seleucid pikemen need an experience stripe on them for their morale? And you'll see that he's actually bought the companion cavalry instead of the cataphracts there. And if you notice, he's got 7 upgrades on an experience stripe, gold shield, gold attack on his companion cavalry. So I would suggest that that's an unusual Seleucid army there. And it'll be interesting to see how well he uses it during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Fesen. Now, Fesen's got 12 Spartans and 4 armoured hoplites and 2 peasant units. Unusual to see Fesen bring the Greek cities. As we know, Carthage is his faction of choice. Okay, so here you'll see the difference between the red cloaked Spartans there and the armoured hoplites. Okay, armoured hoplites are pretty solid spearmen, of course, because they've got spears, they're anti-cavalry, but of course the Spartans are the elite troops of the Greek cities. And as I say, he's got 2 peasant units there, which I presume he'll use for his pilot shield units. Our next teammate is Brotherhood member Mantu. Now Mantu's got 14 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, 14 infantry and 6 cavalry, nearly the bog standard 31k Roman army, but there is a bit of a difference, and that is because he's bought an eagle unit. Okay, so he's got a morale boosting eagle unit there. Okay, now there's a reason he's bought that unit, okay, and that is because his general is a cavalry general. Okay, so if you notice that, there you are, you see his general, there's his general, is a cavalry general. Okay, so the reason Mantu's done this is because now his cavalry general can run around the battlefield giving general morale bonus to his cavalry as he goes around fighting all over the battlefield, knowing that his infantry have got a command unit morale bonus there, keeping his infantry well moraled, if you see what I mean. So that's why he's done that. So nice move there by Mantu. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander. I've got I think it's 15 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, 15 infantry and 4 cavalry in my army. So there's our team. It's got the potential to be a cracker and maybe a first for our channel. And here is the other team. We have Prince of Ionia. Now Prince is a newer player to Rome Total War, and he's got 13 Sacred Band Spearmen and 2 missile cavalry. Check out the upgrades on his Sacred Band there. If you count them up, oh my gosh, fully upgraded Sacred Band. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. We know Sacred Band infantry are really tough anyway, but when you fully upgrade them, oh my gosh. And he's got 13 of them, 13 fully upgraded Sacred Band Spearmen and 2 missile cavalry. So I think that could be quite a formidable force there. There's one of his missile cavalry units there, fast moving, throwing missiles into troops. So that is that could be, as I say, quite a formidable force there 13 fully upgraded Sacred Band Spearmen. Whoa. Okay, their next teammate is RTW player Saitama. Now, Saitama has got 14 pikes and 6 chariots. Okay, check out the upgrades. You'll see that that forward lone unit has just got gold shield, gold attack on, because that unit's going to make first contact with the enemy and take a lot of casualties. So why spend a lot of money on that unit when you know that's going to happen to that unit? But the rest of his units, if you notice, have got 8 upgrades on, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So that's some pretty serious pikemen he's got there. And of course, we move on to the chariots. Now, I know we've talked about chariots a lot in the past, but don't forget they've got a big attack specifications and that massive fear factor, which you're going to see later on in the battle. It can really have an effect in a battle. Okay, but remember, if they run amok, they kill both friend and foe alike. And if you're not confident or competent with chariots, I would always think seriously about whether you want to bring them or not. Because believe me, if your chariots run amok and start killing your allies' troops, you will become unpopular very quickly. So, as I say, they are a real double-edged sword, and I would urge people to think very seriously before they bring them. Okay, you'll notice that Saitama here has got you've got a mini army there by the side of his main army. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Vidar. Now, Vidar's got 14 pikes and 5 cavalry. Okay, 14 pikes and 5 cavalry. Of course, unfortunately, the bulk of his army are hiding in the woods, so you won't see them. So we can't check out what the upgrades are on his units there. But knowing Vidar, he will have a very solid army there. As I say, they're all hiding in the woods. And their last teammate is a player who I don't think's played Rome Total War for maybe 4 or 5 years. His name's Zeus. Now, he's got 6 infantry, 6 cavalry, and 4 archers. Okay, so as I say, he hasn't played for, I think, 4 or 5 years, and he's just come back onto Rome Total War. But the unusual thing about his army, and I'll just show it to you here, is can you see that his infantry here are fully upgraded? 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. That's why I guess he's only got 6 infantry. I see this one infantry unit has only got 5 upgrades on, but the vast majority, the other 5 infantry units, are all fully upgraded. 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. Okay, now check his cavalry out as well. Count the upgrades on his cavalry. Oh my gosh, fully upgraded cavalry. So he's got 6 fully upgraded cavalry, 5 fully upgraded infantry, and 1 infantry unit that's not fully upgraded, and 4 archers as well. And those troops are hiding in the woods at the moment. Okay, so it'd be interesting to see how that army does during the course of the battle. It should be a cracker for you to watch. Okay, at this early stage of the battle, I thought we'd have a look at a couple of battle formations here. You can see that Royer has got a couple of units in open order in front of his main battle formation there. Okay, and that's a soak-up pilers. And you can see that it's quite a wide battle formation as well there for Royer, with his cavalry set in behind the main infantry battle formation. And over here you'll see that Fesen's battle formation here is set up very much like his Carthage battle formation. You'll see he's got his armor hoplites there at the front and a couple of peasants there to soak up enemy pilers. I think that's what he's thinking there. So that's quite, as I say, it's like a mirror of his Carthage battle formation, I suppose, really. There, it'd be interesting to see how well it does. And of course, this is one of these maps where I'm right on the other flank. I'm on the left flank, and the team has decided we're going to form up on the right flank here. But of course, whenever I have to run from one flank to the other, I'm always a little bit concerned about interception, enemy interception of my army. Okay, so there you are. I'm running as fast as I can. As I say, I'm always concerned about enemy fast-moving cavalry or something like that smashing into the flank of my my moving infantry. But usually I've got good teammates that kind of cover me as I'm moving, and in this battle there is no exception there. You'll see that Mantu has put a line of his cavalrymen out there to protect my moving army from any lightning cavalry attack from the enemy team there. So it's a nice bit of teamwork there by Mantu, but I find in most of the battles when I got to move from one flank to the other, usually one of my allies usually covers me to stop any enemy interception. So always a nice bit of teamwork to see there. Okay, so as I say, we're setting up over here on the right flank here. And as I said, this is a very unusual battle, and I think it might be a first for our channel. And the reason I say that is you're going to see in a minute what I mean by that. Okay, so I can't remember a battle, something that happens in this battle that has happened in another battle that I've put on our channel. So as I say, this could be a first for our channel. Okay, now what I'd like you to do here is just look at Royer's battle formation. Can you see that his battle formation is kind of unfolding, if you like? Over here on our far right flank, you'll see that Saitama has put some of his chariot units there, 3 of his chariot units ready to charge in when he sees fit. Okay, but I just want you to concentrate on Royer's battle formation there. Okay, so as I say, this is, I believe, a first for our channel here. Okay, and the reason I say it's a first is because Royer has just been dropped by Steam. Okay, so Steam has just dropped Royer, so his army is now artificially intelligence-led. Okay, so it's AI-led now, and those veterans and anybody that's played Rome Total War knows, you know, that the AI is not brilliant. Okay, so I asked all the players, do we want to carry on or rehost? And everybody said, well, let's carry on. Okay, so as I say, Royer has been dropped by Steam, and his army is now AI controlled. And that's why I said I think this is a first for our channel. I can't remember any other battle that I've put on where we've had an AI army right from the beginning of the battle. Okay, so here you can see I've just nearly got over to the right flank, running all the way from the left flank there without interception by enemy troops, so that's good. But as I say here now, so some people may well think that this is now a 3v4 as Royer's army is now AI controlled, but it'll be interesting to see how well the AI does. Here you'll see the AI has decided to send companion cavalry to attack the chariots, so yeah, I'm not sure that's a good tactical move, but let's see the damage that the cavalry might do to the chariots there. I can see the chariots closing in there. Get ready for this. And bang! As they smash into that cavalry unit there. Make no mistake, those chariots, those nasty chariots would chop up that cavalry unit pretty good there. And any other cavalry unit that they get there, or it's got the other cavalry unit as well. I think he chops this one up so there's no survivors, if I remember correctly. There, that's it. All that cavalry unit, that one unit there has been routed, but this other cavalry unit has been completely wiped out by the chariots there. So maybe that wasn't a good decision by the AI. Okay, so as I say, we are a little bit handicapped in this battle with having an AI ally. But as I say, I asked everybody in the game if they wanted to carry on, and everybody said yes, they did. So as I say, it'll be interesting to see how well the AI-led Seleucid army does against the enemy troops. We know that AI does tend to attack, and you can see here that that line of Seleucid pikemen are now moving down towards the enemy. And it'll be interesting to see how the enemy responds to this attack by the AI general there. So as I say, it was a little bit of a handicap for us here, and it could actually prove pivotal to the outcome of the battle. We'll just have to wait and see there. Now, what we could do maybe is follow the AI army in. That's something we might think about doing possibly. Now here you can see I've got my 4 cavalry, and you can see that there's a chariot, well, 2 chariot units there, and I'm wondering whether they're thinking about attacking my cavalry. I see the trajectory of this one chariot unit. Looks like it's going to come straight on to my cavalry here. And now whether I'm paying attention to my cavalry, I don't know. I haven't responded yet. And that chariot unit's just about to smash into the flank of my cavalry. And bang! As it smashes in there. Okay, so I need to kind of be aware of that. And I've now turned my cavalry onto that unit. And, looked like I wiped that chariot unit pretty well out. There's another chariot unit here. Now, this is unusual and a very close thing here, because you see this run amok Pontus chariot here. It nearly started to kill the other Pontus chariot unit there. If it changes its direction there, it could start killing its own chariot friends there, if you see what I mean. Can you see that? I thought for a minute it was going to start chopping down its own chariot ally there, but it didn't. But I thought that would have been unusual if we'd have seen that. Meanwhile, over here, you can see that the artificially intelligence-led Seleucid army is now attacking the enemy troops there, the Carthaginians and the Macedonians there. So it'll be interesting to see how much damage the Seleucid pikemen do. Now, I was just wondering, should we have followed the AI Seleucid troops in or not? What do you think? Please leave your thoughts in the comments there. Okay, so over here you'll see that the AI has sent a couple of its companion cavalry units to attack the Julii cavalry there. I'm not sure how long that Seleucid cavalry will last here. But do you think we should have followed the AI in there? What do you think? To support the AI pikes, but we actually didn't. But yeah, maybe that was something we could have done, because you know, maybe that's the only way we could have even tried to win the battle there against four good generals. You'll see Mantu moving his purple SBQR army forward there, try and support those couple of Seleucid cavalry units, but they've been taken out. But here, as I say, you can see that's one thing about the AI. You talk about prediction, you know they're going to attack, but here you can see that they're coming in such a wide battle formation. They can actually come in from the flank as well, and you can see that Vidar's moving his Macedonians forward there to support his Carthage ally. And with all those pikes and spears there, I was thinking that the Seleucid army may well... It didn't have very good upgrades on it anyway, did it, the Seleucid pikes? Now you can see Fesen here moving his Greek cities army down here. Now he may well be moving that army down to support our Seleucid ally there. There's a chariot, another chariot unit smashing into the back of us. But you'll see both Mantu and myself charge our cavalry in there to take that unit out. Saitama may well have been hoping that that unit would have run amok and started killing our troops. Remember, when a chariot unit runs amok, strangely enough, it seems to be stronger than what it is in normal mode. I know that sounds weird, but that's what it seems like anyway. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you'll see that the Seleucids here, a lot of the Seleucids have already been killed by the combined Macedonian and Carthage pikes and spears. There is a big group of Seleucids dead there. Okay, so a lot of the Seleucid pikemen have already been killed there. But as I say, you can still see some over here. Look, I think if I remember, yeah, they've routed a Pontus unit. The AI-controlled Seleucids there, look, have routed a Pontus pike unit there. So well done to the AI doing that. But as I say, you can see a heck of a lot of enemy pikes and spears there that Fesen has moved down towards. Now over here on our left flank, as I say, you'll see Mantu facing those fully upgraded Julii units. And don't forget the Pontus army is there as well. Because what I was thinking about doing was taking my Brutia army down and kind of maybe integrating my army with Fesen's Greek cities army, and then just put my Roman troops on auto fire, so that I could then just throw loads of pilots in. That's a Seleucid general's just been taken out. So there you are. And now you can see Vidar starting to move some of his Macedonian pikes forward into the forward units of Fesen's Greek cities battle formation there. As I say, what I'm thinking about doing with my Brutia army is bringing it down here integrating it with Fesen's Greek cities army, and then just putting my troops on auto fire and just let them pepper the enemy pikes and spears with pilas there, armor piercing pilas. That's what I'm thinking about doing there. Okay, but as I say, it'll be interesting to see if the enemy are going to attack there. You can see, I can see Vidar's Macedonians moving forward, so it'll be interesting to see what happens there. And as I say, I want to integrate my Brutia army with my Greek cities ally, and as I say, just put my Roman troops on auto fire and just let them actually pepper the enemy troops with armor piercing pilas. Okay, so just to give you a heads up on that, you can see me moving my Brutia army in. Okay, now whether Fesen's going to attack with his Spartans, because if you notice there, he's attacked with his armoured hoplites. Now armoured hoplites can do quite well against the big 121 man pike units there. Okay, so as I say there, I've just arrived, as I say, integrating my infantry with Fesen's infantry, and then just putting my troops on auto fire and just letting them throw their armor piercing pilas into the enemy pikes and spears. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there, and I hopefully going to cause a lot of casualties to the enemy troops as we just pause the game for a second here. Now over here, this is something that's causing me a little bit of concern. Can you see that Mantu on our left flank is now facing two armies, the fully upgraded Julii infantry and the Pontus troops coming in. Okay, and those chariots over there with their massive fear factor is what's worrying me here, because if they come in on the flank, if Mantu's troops are engaged, you know, I'm a little bit worried about possibly, you know, chariots can cause mass rout. I'm going to leave my cavalry up there with Mantu to try and help as much as I can there. But as I say, you can see Mantu facing that Pontus army and those fully upgraded Julii troops. Now over here you'll see that Zeus looks like he forgot his archers there, and he's running them over there to support his infantry and cavalry. But as I say here, Mantu's army is up against two armies there, if you like. So as I say, I've just put my Brutii troops on auto fire now, and that's exactly what they're doing, throwing loads of pilas into the enemy troops there. And remember, those Carthaginian sacred band spearmen are fully upgraded. Okay, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack, so we know they're pretty tough. Okay, if you notice now, I've withdrawn my Brutia army there and taken them kind of back up the slope, if you like. If you notice, there's a slope there. And then what I was thinking, I was thinking about possibly using the momentum of the slope for an old school, old-fashioned surge attack. I think that's what I was thinking at this time. You can notice there's a slight slope there, an incline, and I was thinking that I think I took my troops back up that incline to charge and possibly do a surge attack with the momentum of the incline helping the surge. But whether I do that or not, we just have to wait and see, because there's a lot of as I say, fully upgraded spearmen, sacred band spearmen there, and I'm not sure if now is the time for a surge attack. Okay, I could see I was thinking that by the positioning of my army and taking my army forward, but it might not quite be the time for an all-out surge attack yet. There you can see I've stopped my troops kind of short of a surge attack there. I've merged my troops once again with Fesen's Spartans there, but I haven't surge attacked yet. I don't think the timing's right yet for that old school, old-fashioned surge attack. And here you can see more Macedonian and sacred band spear and pikemen moving up there to engage Fesen's Greek cities troops there. And remember, those Macedonian pikes, very long pikes in comparison to the short spears of Sparta, as we've seen on several occasions there. Okay, so as I say here, I've integrated my army with Fesen's army there, and I really do think that a surge attack will be necessary, but definitely not yet. now is not the time. But meanwhile, over here on our left flank, okay, this is what's worrying me a little bit. You can see Fesen's cavalry now fighting those fully upgraded Julii cavalry, but those chariots coming in with the fear factor. I'm just thinking to myself, and of course the big 121-man Pontus units there with all those men. Plus, you can see here that Zeus has now got his archers shooting fire arrows into Mantu's army. Remember, fire arrows don't just cause casualties, they lower the morale of troops. So with the fire arrows coming in, Mantu's troops being fiercely attacked, and the chariots coming in as well, I'm just worried that there could be possibly a mass rout here. Let's just have to wait and see. But let's say here comes the chariots now. Look, going to smash in to Mantu's. Looks like you can smash into Mantu's cavalry there. Look. And bang! As they smash in there. Maybe even going for Mantu's general. Okay, oh my gosh, what a hit that was. Right, can you now see straight away, well, I've got my cavalry there, what's left of my cavalry to help Mantu, but straight away can you see the big units of Mantu's army are starting to rout. I think that was at least a 78-man unit. He's moving his legionary, one of his legionary cohort units over there. Can you see, frightened by chariots though? Okay, so don't underestimate the fear factor that chariots bring to the battlefield. You can see these units are already wavering or routing here. Okay, so the fire arrows, a combination of morale sapping fire arrows and the chariots. Once again, look at the writing, frightened by chariots. So the morale sapping fire arrows plus the chariots smashing in there, plus that Mantu's troops are being aggressively attacked as well. I'm worried there could be a mass rout. There's some more Pontus pikemen coming out of the woods there towards him. Now over here, a nice bit of teamwork by Fesen. Can you see that he's put a couple of Spartan units in behind my infantry to protect from cavalry hits from that Macedonian cavalry coming in behind my infantry. Now, I've got to be honest with you here, I can't actually remember when I actually surge attacked, but just watch out for the surge attack, because when I feel the time is right, you'll see my infantry do an old-fashioned, old-school, solid surge attack. Here goes a Macedonian companion cavalry, look, and bang into the back of that Spartan unit, and yet that Spartan unit's still holding. Oh my gosh, I think Mantu's general's just been taken out. Oh my gosh, Mantu's general's just been taken out, and this has triggered, oh my gosh, a mass rout of Mantu's SPQR army. Oh my gosh, and these are big units. These are big units that he's still got left have been mass routed. My cavalry has been mass routed as well. So our left flank now, okay, has been smashed, crashed and broken, and all those enemy troops are now available to come down the slope into the back of my Brutii infantry there. Oh my gosh, so Mantu's army has just mass routed on our left flank. Okay, so things not looking very good. We started off with an AI ally, and now Mantu's army has been mass routed. Right, watch my infantry, watch the surge attack. Okay, watch the surge attack here with my green Brutii infantry. Right, charge, surge. Okay, you can see my infantry surging in there. Now, once you start a surge attack, you don't just surge once. Okay, you then wait for your troops to kind of get integrated with the enemy troops, and then you surge again. Okay, it's all about timing with the old school surge attack. Okay, can you see my Brutii troops are starting to pierce the enemy battle line there? My green Brutii just killed the Macedonian general. So there you are, you can see that the surge attack has done what I want it to. It has now pierced the enemy battle line there, routed a lot of Carthage and Macedonian units. Okay, so let's just pause the game for a second there. So the surge, the old school, old-fashioned surge attack worked, smashed through the enemy line, routed them. But look at all these enemy troops now coming in behind us with the downslope advantage as well. Okay, so it's their time, it's their turn to have the downslope advantage. And don't forget that all the Julii troops are basically fully upgraded. Okay, so you got fully upgraded troops there. But as I say, I think they're just chasing off Mantu's troops there to make sure they don't rally and come back onto the battlefield. Okay, so here, as I say, you can see We've routed a lot of enemy troops. What I want to do now is get my Brutii infantry away from those Pontus pikes so that I can set up in a more advantageous position than being on the bottom of that slope for those Pontus pikes to come in. You'll see I'm moving over to, looking at it from this way, I'm moving it over to the left there. That's the, I think that's the Carthage general has just been taken out. Right, so can you see I'm trying to set my infantry up in a more advantageous position than down the bottom of that slope with those Pontus pikes coming in on us there. Okay, let's see what Fesen's going to do with his Spartans. He looks like he's moving his Spartans away from those Pontus pikemen as well. And if you notice here, I'm moving up towards the flank of those Pontus pikes. Now what I noticed, I think, with those Pontus pikes, because they've been fighting for quite a long time, I think the Pontus pikes are tired. So what I'm thinking here is maybe another surge attack into the flank of those Pontus pikes while maybe Fesen engages the forward units. We'll just have to see. But you can see the fully upgraded Julii troops moving towards us. I see those archers are going to start firing shooting fire arrows down onto my infantry there as well, trying to lower the morale of my troops as well as causing casualties. Okay, but as I say, over here I don't think any of Mantu's troops have rallied, and here you'll see that Amuk chariot smashing into the AI Seleucid unit there. See that chariot there chopping up some of the Seleucid troops. Okay, you can see here, right, pause the game for a second, you can see that light missile cavalry. Now Prince may well alt attack them to smash into the back of the Fesen's infantry there. You'll see that there's a Macedonian unit going in behind the Spartans there as well, and you've got some rallied Sacred Band spear units as well. So all these troops could smash into the back of the Greek cities units there. And you can see that red Julii infantry and cavalry are coming down on us. So what I'm thinking here is, why not try a surge attack onto those tired Pontus pike units? Okay, I don't usually like doing that against, I don't like surge attacking that much against pike and spear units unless they're really, really weakened. I know they were tired, but you can see that my green Brutii troops are trying to pierce, trying to break those Pontus pikes with that surge attack. But now you can see the red Julii infantry and cavalry coming in on my troops there. You'll see Fesen is pushing forward with a lot of his Spartans, but he's turned some of his Spartan units to face the threat coming in from behind. And as I say, don't forget, I think all that Julii infantry and all the Julii cavalry are fully upgraded. So don't forget about that, and they're coming down the slope on us as well. Oh my gosh, there's a companion cavalry of Vicox charging in, and bang! As they smash into the back of one of those engaged Spartan units there. But still the Spartans hold up. Their morale and their 2 hit points really make a difference. Okay, you'll see now that I've turned my green Brutii army to face a threat from those fully upgraded Julii units coming in behind me, and I'm now kind of leaving the Spartans to deal with those Pontus pikes now as I'm facing those fully upgraded Julii units. Oh my gosh. Right, let's just pause the game for a second here. So here you can see that Zeus has now alt-attacked with his archers. You can see they've drawn their small swords and they're coming in on the flank of our fighting troops there. But as I say, you can see that I've turned my Brutii infantry to face the threat of those fully upgraded Julii troops coming down the slope with the downslope momentum into my troops. And as I say, Fesen here is trying to deal with those Pontus pikes there. Okay, so that's what's actually happening there. Over at the rear here, you'll see that Prince has got 4 rallied Sacred Band units. Now, whether he's going to attack the Greek city's general there, I don't know. But as I say, here you can see that the enemy have definitely got the downslope advantage, both the Pontus pikes and the red Julii troops as well. There's a cavalry unit going in there like a bang! Remember, that's a fully upgraded cavalry unit just smashed into the back of a Spartan unit. But if you notice, there wasn't a lot of numbers in that cavalry. Oh my gosh, here's some more enemy cavalry. Here comes the enemy Julii cavalry general charging in there. And bang! and all that light cavalry smashing into the rear of my Brutii troops, trying to kill my general. They're trying to kill my Brutii general, but he's still holding firm there, even though he got smashed by that light cavalry that was all attacked there. Okay, there you are. You can see the Julii general there, cavalry general, still fighting there. Pause the game for a second. There he is. Can you see him holding his sword above his head? That means he's given an order to his unit. So it wouldn't surprise me if that unit pulled away now. Watch that general unit pull away. Whenever you see the general hold the sword above his head, he's given an order. So watch that unit, that Julii cavalry unit. Let's just see if it's going to pull away. There you are. See, he ordered the unit to pull away, and they've now pulled away there. So those of you that might not know, if you see a general hold a sword above his head, he is then given an order. Okay, so here you can see the Pontus general there, still fighting. We haven't managed to take the Pontus general out. I can see that Fesen's taken a couple of his Spartan units round behind the enemy troops, and there you can see Fesen pressing his troops in there, taking out the Pontus general unit there. The Julii general has just been taken out as well there. So we need to kind of surge forward now. I think surging, you can see both the Spartans and my green Brutii troops are charging forward, and Fesen got a couple of Spartan units in behind the enemy troops as well. Nice tactical move, and it looks like our team, even with an AI army from the beginning, has managed to go on to win this battle. You can see that the Prince there has still got 4 rallied spear units. Now whether he and there's a Seleucid AI unit still roaming the battlefield. Oh my gosh. So that's pretty unusual to see, I would suggest. But if we go up here, you can see here that there's a couple of those missile units there that have been auto-attacked. It's just routed one of the AI Seleucid units there. And over here, that's where my cavalry was hit by those couple of chariot units. Remember, we saw that quite early on in the battle. And then over here, this is where Mantu's army was completely massed routed there by chariots and fire arrows, plus the aggressive attack on his troops there caused a massive, as I say, a mass rout. Over here you can see a lot of dead cavalry there, and over here you can see a lot of dead Julii cavalry within the woods there. Look, they were fighting pike unit there, possibly an AI pike unit. And then if we move over here on the slope, if you like, you can see over there. Now if you look closely, you'll see that yes, there are dead AI Seleucid pikemen there, but a lot of dead Pontus pikemen as well. Do you remember we saw that the AI routed one of the Pontus pike units? And as we move across here, you'll see a lot of dead lying in the long grass there. Oh my gosh, you can just see how intense the fighting was right here. Oh my gosh, and as we move up the slope a little bit there, you'll see more dead. There's a big clump of what looks like possibly Macedonian dead there. Looks like a big clump of dead as we move up the battlefield here. If you notice the green dead there of my Brutii troops there, you can see a lot of them killed in that particular area there. And as we moved up the slope there towards the enemy troops, so you can see there that it was very intense on that slope as we were concentrating there. And there's a run-em-up chariot there. I wonder if it's going to run into our troops. I think the last of the enemy generals has just admitted defeat. So, as I say, it looks like we've just managed to win the battle there. And as I say, this, I believe, is a first for our channel. There, those routing units are just going to charge into our units there. Look. As I say, I believe this is a first for our channel, having an AI general right from basically the beginning of the battle when Royer was dropped by Steam. Okay, so the first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game, including the AI general. And as you can see, it was a close victory, and as you know, I like to show close victories. Now, the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Fesen. Now, I always think the 2,000 kill rate is still special, even in 2025. So to get over 2,000 kills, really well done to Fesen there. Did really well with his Greek cities army. So well done to him. Now, well done to Prince of Ionia there. Bearing in mind he is a new player, he got over 1,000 kills with his Carthage army. Well done. Well done to Saitama. Now, look at the kills that he got with his Pontus army there. I mean, that is some really good kills there. So well done to Saitama there. Well done to Vidar. He might be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but I thought he played well. And well done to Zeus with his small little army. You know, if you look, he's got the smallest army in the game. And didn't quite get to 1,000 kills, but I thought he got quite a few kills for that small army. So well done to them. My kills, I would say, very, very average there. Nothing special there, just very, very average for my my kills. So not too bad. Well done to Mantu. Now, he's going to be a bit disappointed he got less than 1,000 kills, but he was mass routed, wasn't he, on that left flank. So that would explain why he didn't get that many kills. In fact, I was surprised he got that many kills. So well done to Mantu. As I say, well done to Fesen, highest kills in the game. And look at the kills of AI Royer's Seleucid army. Okay, just look at the kills. 1,350. He got more kills than me. And look, Fesen got the first highest kills, Saitama got the second highest kills, and the AI got the third highest kills in the game. So if the AI is listening, really well done, AI. Third highest kills in the game. Who would have thought that? Veterans watching this, we know how poor the AI is. So to get the third highest kills, well done to the AI there. What about faction advantage? I always like to ask you about this. We've got Rome, Greek cities, and AI Seleucid there. And they had Carthage, Pontus, Macedon, and Rome. So who do you think had faction advantage there? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. So as I say, I believe this is the first we've done on our channel here of where one team has had an AI controlled general almost from the very beginning of the battle there. So as I say, I believe this is a first for our channel, and I hope you enjoyed it. And as I say, well done to the AI. Did a lot better than I think any of us were expecting in the battle there. We play Rome Total War every Friday, Saturday and Sunday night. If you'd like to join us, you would be more than welcome. This is Spartan Commander saying bye for now, and see you soon.